like a spoiled child. Something I really wasn't expecting. But there's lots of things I like about the new 2022 36.5 software downloads from Tesla. Starting off with the autopilot disengagement. When motorways merge in autopilot, it doesn't like the fact that you're going over a line. Well, now it simply disengages, and when you're back in the correct lane, you engage manually autopilot yourself. So that's better. Before it used to react like a spoiled child. So that's much better now. Energy app is very good. We had the energy app anyway. There's nothing new about that. Energy consumption, it looks like the Alps, but the trouble is I live in a very hilly place, so it goes down a lot, downhill, and up a lot when I go uphill, and I can assure you I'm not a boy racer. Driving on chill, using the maximum regeneration, but it's good to see they're constantly making updates. And of course on my map I'm up and down because it's very hilly. It's not that I'm accelerating and then decelerating a lot. There's an improvement in the Tesla mobile app, but also software additional details, something I really wasn't expecting. What I was kind of expecting was that you can see the busiest times to actually visit Tesla Supercharger. It will tell you what it's like currently at all the different superchargers, but it also gives a reduction at night, and I'll sort of go through some of those. But there's something I really wasn't expecting, and it's really good news. Let's say up in Scotland, or that's Gretna Green, 10 till 6 is 50p at night, and daytime 6 till 10 is 66p. Let's try a few others. What else have we got? Wales. Now that one's not. This is Aberystwyth, and it also shows how busy it is. It's probably never that busy, so they're not reducing it. How much is this one? It's not. Does it say? It doesn't actually give a price. Not sure why that is. Let's have a look down here. Oxford, probably a pretty busy one. 51p in the early hours in the morning, 66p during the daytime, and you can see when it's busiest, it is probably the most busy time there. And this is what it's also showing us, is the graph shows the most busiest times, but here it implies, I suppose, it's only half years. 48p at night, 66p during the day. Let's go up here. Thetford, it's not giving a price. It's the busiest time now, as we can see there, but they're not giving a reduction. Wonder why. And this one here we go. Flimwell, very busy time now, but they're giving a reduction from 51p in the early hours of the morning. Oh, it's 66p a kilowatt hour currently, so that's good stuff. And you can, I wonder if it will give us anything in France. No, it's not actually. Funny enough, not in France, out of interest, is 61p a kilowatt hour. Do you know, I'm going down to Portugal, and now I'm here, see what oh, it actually is. It actually, even in Portugal, something I've learned here, Portugal is 49p in the early hours of the morning, 59p 6 to 2. That's very interesting. Didn't realise it was doing that. Same here, 49p early hours of the morning, 60p in Portugal. So that's fascinating. So how far can we go with this? What about in Norway and Sweden? Will it give us? Yes, it is. A Norwegian krona, is it? Yeah, it's cheaper even in Norway. So that's throughout Europe. So that's something I've learned. It's not just the UK. All of Europe are having cheaper prices on Tesla Superchargers. You just see how many there are. Just too many, isn't there? Yep. Germany, 56 euros kilowatt hour at midnight, 74p during the day. And just some idea of how many Tesla Superchargers there are. Quite fantastic. We're doing well. There's also notifications if you leave the car is left open, notification, and there's new language support if you speak Lithuanian, so that's good news. The thing I wasn't expecting, and that was, I looked at Europe and Portugal and Norway, the nighttime prices are reduced throughout Europe. I think we're saying it was just UK. We think that, don't we, our country? But it was throughout Europe, these fantastic being able to buy electricity cheaper in the early hours of the morning. They're quiet, there's no one there. I've been on my own at sometimes, but sometimes there's a few people, but it's never been that busy. But I have to say, in the UK, the only time I've ever had to wait was in Scotland, and that was on a Sunday. And you know what, I've forgotten the name of the place, but it wasn't near Edinburgh, it was south of Edinburgh and Glasgow. Completely forgot the name of the place, but sorry about that. Scotland, a lovely place. I've never actually, and that was the only time I had to wait, and that wasn't long, and everyone was very polite and very respectful, and it was only about five minutes, and you know, but we're going to get to that point as California, queues and queues and queues, I suspect. But I think more people like me will discover, as I have already discovered, grid service is excellent. I've always liked the second option. So when earlier on this year, when I was going up to Scotland, I had been using the Tesla Superchargers, and frankly, people talk about the long range, having a long range vehicle. Mine does over 200 miles, and I was finding going up to Scotland after 150 miles, I just wanted to stretch my legs. There was a grid serve, I thought, use it. It's a good option. I wasn't stopping for the grid serve, I was stopping because of my legs. Used it. Great to have a second option. Of course, when you get to Scotland, ChargeSpace Scotland is the best. Just get a card. They're very reasonable, and I thoroughly recommend them. So hope you like. Hope you can leave a comment. If you would like to subscribe, that would be fantastic. And thank you all to those 500 plus that are subscribing. Love to get to 1,000. It doesn't cost anything. Hope you can remember your reusable coffee mug wherever you go. The reason I keep going on about these is simply because just so much plastic waste. It's unnecessary. Paper cups are not recycled, less than a few percent. It's because there's a very thin plastic film within it, so it can't be recycled. It costs more to take the plastic out than the recycling is worth, so it's a shame. So having a reusable mug like this wherever you go, also you can make it in the morning and save yourself a fortune throughout the week by not having to pay $3-4 for a coffee. So save yourself some money. We're getting to a point where there's almost more plastic in the ocean than there is fish in the sea. I live on the coast, so we see it day in, day out. It is a waste, and you see people walking along with all those sort of paper cups and the trays, and you have one of these. You save money also because they will give you a discount where you're getting your coffee from, or most places do. And if they don't, ask them, and they better. Thanks so much. Take care. Sorry to end of rant. Take care. See you next time. Bye.